the Greeks of the option. So like talking about the delta, the vega, the rho, all these kind of Greeks that are associated with the options. So, and even we will talk about the impact of various underlying factors on the option pricing, and finally also we will discuss a little bit about the options on forwards and future contracts. So these are some of the aspects that we are working out here. We'll go step by step. The valuations, again there are the, as far as the valuation is concerned, probably we are looking at option valuations for equity options, for bond options, or even for interest rate related securities, interest rate related options. So there are so many applications, and again in the valuation methods we'll look at different kinds of methods. So that's how we will take this entire session. Wherever Excel based demonstrations are required, even those things will be looked at. So let's get started into the session. Now the first thing, as far as this session is concerned, is one of the most important aspects in option pricing is the put call parity relationship. So what does that put call parity relationship talk about? The cost of the fiduciary call should be the same as the cost of the protective put. What is a fiduciary call? Having a call option plus purchasing a call option plus a risk-free bond. Having a risk-free bond, a call option plus having a risk-free bond is what we are calling as a fiduciary call. Having the underlying plus a put option is what we call as a protective put strategy, typically long stock plus long put is what is the protective put strategy, and the long call plus long bond is what we call as a fiduciary call strategy. And what it says is, because the payoffs of these two things are the same, we can very well say their present values, which is C plus X by 1 plus R to the power T, which is like buying a call option today and having a cash to the worth of X by 1 plus R to the power T should be the same as the spot price of the stock plus the put option price. So this relationship is what we are calling as the call put parity relationship, right? Now, the goodness of this relationship is you can do small arithmetics. Like, okay, if I want C only, you can say S plus P minus X by 1 plus R to the power T. What does this mean to me? C is nothing but the call option. So C can be created without C by using a combination of these three items. That is what is the meaning of the synthetic call option. Means I am synthetically able to create the position of a call option without using the call option, using these three. So how can I create that position? Probably a long call position. If I want long this side, I'll go for long stock, means I'll buy the share, plus long put, I'll buy a put option on the share, and short bond. Short bond is I am selling a bond. selling a bond or issuing a bond. Issuing a bond and raising capital. Using that capital, I am buying a share as well as buying a put option. So when I have done this kind of an exercise, the payoff is exactly similar to that of a call option. So that is where we call this kind of settlements as the synthetic position. So when I am talking about buying a call, it's as good as buying a put, buying the stock and shorting a riskless pure discount bond whose value is equal to the present value of the exercise price. So in that case, we are creating the position of a call option without using the call option. Same way, you can play around, right? Similarly, if I want the put option, I can very well create it as C plus X by 1 plus R to the power T minus S, which is as good as I can synthetically create a put option by going long on the call, buying a bond and shorting a stock right now. So this position will synthetically create a put option position. Now, why are we discussing about these positions? The most important thing that we are going to derive from this is, see, for the put option also, there is a market price and there is one price which we are able to compute using this synthetic position. So if the synthetic as well as actuals, if there is a difference between these two, for that matter any position, we can actually create 4 synthetic positions. We can create synthetic call, synthetic bond, synthetic stock, synthetic put. Any of these 4 synthetic positions. For each of them, there is a separate price that it is available at, where it is getting traded in the market. Now I can compute the price of it using a synthetic mechanism. I have just now we have just now looked at. Now if there is a big difference in the price of the original as well as the synthetic created, that is where people can exploit profits by either buying the synthetic and selling the original, or selling the synthetic and buying the original. How can we exploit that kind of an opportunity? That is what I will look at with this small numerical example. Let's say right now, a 6-month call option with an exercise price of 220 is currently trading at 25. Okay, let's take it onto a spreadsheet. So we are talking about a 6-month call option. Right, exercise price of 220. So X is given as 220. Trading at 25. So the call option price is 25. The current stock price is 210. So yes, I can take it as 210. Then what else? Assuming a risk-free rate of 6%, calculate the price of the synthetic put option. Now you tell me how I should compute the synthetic put option. C plus X by e power rt, or X by 1 plus r to the power t, present value of X, minus S. That is what is the synthetic value of the put option. Okay, C plus X by 1 plus R to the power T. Here I am talking about 6 months. So I will take it as 1 plus R to the power T minus S. So this is what is coming out as the price of a put option based on this call put parity relationship. Now let me assume that the actual market price. So this is how I derive the no arbitrage price of the put option using the call put parity relationship. Means ideally the put option price for this kind of a stock should be, or for this kind of an option on this kind of a stock should be 28.68. But let me assume two scenarios. The put option price in the market is 32 versus put option price in the market is 25. So what would we do? This is the actual, these are the two various scenarios suggesting the actual price of the put option in the market. Now, how do I use this opportunity? What I would be doing is, if it is 32, I will make a strategy saying sell put and buy or go long on the synthetic, because synthetic is 28.68, the original is 32. So what I'll say is sell the original and buy the synthetic. So when I'm buying the synthetic, what is happening? Okay, let's look at the transaction now. Buy a call. So when I'm buying a call, it is costing me 25 bucks. Buy a stock. When I'm sell a stock, right? Sell stock, that is the synthetic position. So when I'm selling a stock, I'm going to get 210. I'm shorting it today. When I'm buying a call, I'm paying 25. I'm shorting a stock today, I'm getting 210. And I'm talking about buy a bond whose with a cash x by 1 plus r to the power t. So 220 by 1 plus r to the power 0.5. So have 213 rupees. Using 213 rupees buy a bond. So what is happening today? You just look at this position now. You have right now sold a stock. Right? You have right now sold a stock. You got 210 bucks. With that 210 bucks, you have actually a thought of buying a bond, wherein which would be costing you 213 bucks, and you are also thinking of buying a call option which is worth 25. So what is the overall transaction in this case? In this case, your overall transaction cost or your overall cost is around 28.68 bucks. But you have sold one put option. Because you have sold one put option, you are going to get 32 bucks today. Means you are already net 3.31 positive today. Right? Now look at after 6 months what is going to happen. After 6 months, whatever may be the market price, right? You can assume any market price on that day. We have sold a put and we have bought a call for the same exercise price. Now this bond after 6 months will give me 220 bucks, right? Because I have bought a bond. On the maturity, it is going to give me 220 bucks. Assume that on that day, the stock price, it may go up to 225 or 200 or whatever it is. We can assume any number. Assume that the stock price is going to 225. Because you have sold a stock